welcome back to Him and I. Today I'm going to show you how I make these signs. They're not perfect. This is my first time using the scroll saw to kind of shape out stuff, and it was a really fun project. The Dolphins one is absolutely the worst one out of them all, not because of the team, because it was just the intricacy of all the cuts and everything like that. It just was hard to clean it up and make it look sharp. The San Francisco one probably turned out the best as far as cutting out the shapes, and also the Ford one. I need to spend more time sanding and shaving it and stuff like that, but the Browns one's cool because of the different texture and having it raised off, and I'll show you how to do all that in the video. So let's go. I got a couple teams here. Instead of me just making one sign, I'm going to try to take a bunch of video clips and put the best video I can together of all of them put together. So that's why I kind of wanted to show you where to start. And we're going to do a couple different styles maybe, and we'll see what turns out the best, and we can go from there. So here we go. Now that I got everything cut out the way I want it to, I kind of laid it out on this sheet of 1/2" MDF. What we're going to do is we're just going to start spraying and sticking. Now that I got everything glued on here, we're going to take it to the bandsaw and cut out the big chunks, and then the little smaller stuff that we're going to need to do is we're going to use the scroll saw to do that. So we'll set up the camera and get the bandsaw. So I seen this tip on YouTube, and it's awesome. Put a little hot glue there. Oh, now I'm out. So this is the one we glued up last night. Hopefully my last one was recording. I thought I stopped it, but not. So, and then I'll just sand this up, and then we're gonna paint the color. And I'm gonna probably put a nice little round over on it maybe, just to make it more visually appealing to the eye once we paint it and everything. All right, I'm gonna try to use the router here and put a 1/4 inch, or not, I think it's an 1/8 inch round over on this thing. I just want it to give it just a little bit more detail. I'm gonna probably lower it down just to here, because I just want the little faintest of things. So we're going ahead and so it's time to cut out these things here, but if you see this is a pretty good sized hole down there. I need to make a 0 clearance for it. So all I'm going to do is just turn on my... Then all we just do is just take this and just... And there it is. It doesn't have to be perfect. I went oversized a little bit, and it's not that big a deal. Nobody's going to notice. So that's how I get the small pieces done. So I cut this out with the bandsaw as much as I could, and now I'm going to clean it up with the scroll saw here. I went to Walmart, and these were $1.49 or something like that, less than $2. And what we're gonna do now is I cut this, it's like an 1/8 inch piece of scrap I had laying around, but I cut it to the outside diameter, pretty much close to that. And so this is gonna be black, and then the other piece inside of here is gonna be gold, and then the bottom, we're gonna do red. So what I'm gonna do is gonna just slap some red paint down here and start getting the coats on there so we don't have to wait forever at the end.
First of all, I'd like to point out this is how you paint when it's cold outside. You have one hand in your pocket and the other one spray paint.
All right, I tried using spray paint and it wasn't getting in the spots I needed to. So I switched over to some, just some indoor-outdoor acrylic paint, latex paint, and it seems, yeah, it's acrylic. It seems to be working a lot better on the MDF, soaking it in there. So just jamming it in there.
So painting these one solid color would be way easier, but I wanted to give it more of a shadow look, so that's why I painted these sides black and the top white.
All right, so this is where I came up with this idea, and this is kind of where I got it cut out. So now what we'll do is take off the paper and sand these down and get them painted up. All right, so I moved my painting operation into my dining table here, my breakfast nook, because it was way too cold out there for this. So I'm just gonna continue painting everything and I'll come back after it's finished. So I taped up the fronts of these things. So if you can see that little bit of the teal coming through, and also this needs a little bit painted better. So time to mount this to the wood here. So what I got is just a straight edge, and I'm kind of just bringing the letters up and making sure it's kind of somewhat level. I got some extra long brads here. All right. I got these pencils here. What I'm going to do is just raising up a pencil height. We got all the pieces kind of painted. First draft, we're going to tighten up these lines a little bit better. But what we can do is kind of just make sure everything's going to fit together the way we want it to. So, take the outer ring here. Alright, got the gold ring in there.
shabby. Looks good on camera. All right, now we're gonna add some mounting hardware here. All right, and then for the other ones I used chain. I only had one of these things. So on this I used just some chain, and then that will hold that. All right, time to sit back and relax and enjoy the finished product. If you guys have made it this far in the video, please like and subscribe. If you got any questions, go ahead and look in the comments below. So, thanks.